Good afternoon and welcome to this week's vlog. It's been another busy week in Durham Grammar School and we have another busy week ahead of us. This week you'll hear about Assessment Window 2 for our S4 to S6 young people. You'll hear about our arrangements for after the assessment windows for our senior pupils. A little bit about the new school meal menu. Again, some information about our Primary 7 transition programme, and what we've been taking place last week was our mental health week, so you'll hear a little bit about that from some of our staff and see some footage of that. So I hope you enjoy listening to everything, but just before you go, I'm just going to say hello to a few people down in the forum. As you can see, it's a little bit quieter because our S4 are out, the seniors. Hi girls! Give us a wee wave everyone, hi peers! Give us a wee wave! I hope you enjoy listening to all our news.
Hi, Mr. Gallagher here. I hope you're all well. So Assessment Window 2 opened for our S4 young people last Thursday, and they'll be joined by our S5 and S6 young people this Monday. The window will run until Friday of this week, the 21st, and it's a further opportunity for our young people to add to the evidence base that subject teachers will use to arrive at a provisional result as part of this year's alternative certification model. As explained in previous SQA updates and in previous vlogs, the evidence that teachers need to use this year has to be produced under controlled conditions, and that's why we're having these scheduled periods where the young people can actually work towards bolstering that evidence, and it can be supplemented with work that's been produced under controlled conditions during class time. So for example, for practical subjects. A wee reminder to our young people, please arrive at the venue 15 minutes before it's due to start so we can get you in and settled and make sure that you're good to go for when the assessment is due to start. Also, if you need to stay on after an assessment or you arrive at school before the assessment, maybe due to public transport, then there'll be study space available for you. There'll be revision rooms that you can actually use to prepare for assessments. And if you need a lunch, then please let Jackie and the kitchen team know of that need as soon as you arrive at the school. If you're encountering any difficulties at all during this period, then please speak. If it's subject related, speak to your subject teacher. But we're also aware of the anxiety that can be, the exam anxiety that a lot of young people will experience during this time. And please remember, support is at hand within the school, and contact your head of house to access that support. We're here to help and we're here to listen, and we want you guys to do your best. So it goes without saying, good luck for the assessments ahead. We wish you every success. So after Assessment Window 2 closes shut on Friday the 21st, we are planning a range of learning experiences for our young people. Now, some subjects will still want you to attend to continue to add to the evidence bank that will be used to determine your provisional result, and that's particularly the case if you've had any periods of absence, or perhaps for practical subjects where obviously your skills may improve, and we want to then make sure that we're using your latest and best to contribute to the provisional result this year. But if you are in a position where departments are content with the evidence that you've generated during the assessment windows, but also during any other time that they have made that clear to you that you'll be producing evidence to be used as part of the ACM, if departments are content with what they have and they're confident that they've got what they need to base a judgment on, then we're looking to put in place a range of experiences. Experiences, first of all, we're aware you've had a tough time, we're aware you've had a tough year. We want you to create a few memories for you. We'll have a wee bit of fun on the odd day. So we're looking at potentially an old school sports day or a mini Kill Games type event. But we're also then planning for the future. So we're looking to be working with our great friends at SDS and having sessions. For example, I plan to do a session on study skills, which seems a wee bit weird considering you've just finished your assessments, but it's study skills that you can apply from the get-go at a new course. It's techniques that science has proven to be very effective: spaced repetition and active recall. And I'll be taking you through the science behind it, the evidence behind it, and the techniques that you can apply from the get-go when you start your new courses. So these are just some of the ideas that we've got. We're hoping to tap into some outdoor learning experiences. We're looking to train up prefects. We're looking to pin down your options for next year. We're looking to do MVP training and CME training. So we've got a wealth of ideas that we're looking to develop and pin down over the next few days, and that will be made available for you before we then switch to our new timetable, which plan to happen on June the 7th. So please keep your eyes peeled. I'll share the details as soon as we have them confirmed. And again, we're looking for that mix of giving you some downtime, much needed downtime, creating memories, having a wee bit of fun that you've perhaps missed out on this year that we otherwise would have provided for you, but also then getting you ready so you can hit the ground running next academic year.
As you're all aware, the Scottish Government released new guidance about school meals. As usual, our kitchen staff, who are absolute stars, led by Jackie, have been doing a great job in producing the new food from the menus, and our young people, majority of our young people, seem to be really enjoying the new meals, the new wraps, and all the different things that they get to try. So I just want to say a big thank you to Jackie and her team for everything that they've done, and we've got a number of pupils here to give you some of their feedback so you can hear a little bit from their own mouths. So we're joined by Brendan, one of our S5 pupils, and we're talking about school meals. So Brendan, what do you think of the new menu?
It's good to have a new selection of meals. They're really good. The people seem to enjoy it, going down well in the school.
Good. And do you think, or have you seen the queues drop, or has it been busy or what?
No, just stayed the same, still quite busy, going good.
Good, excellent. Well, thank you so much. Keep enjoying the food. You're certainly growing in height, so keep enjoying that food.
Yep.
So we're now joined by some of our first to third year pupils who are going to tell us what their favourite dish is of the new menu. So Ailey, what's yours?
All the fresh fruit boxes.
Brooke?
Macaroni.
Macy?
The salad boxes.
Mona?
I love the wraps.
Jack?
The veggie curry is really nice.
The veggie curry, very nice.
Oh, it's really
what about
good.
any other hot meals? Do you like any other hot meals?
I like the new pastas that they bring out. That's really nice.
Good,
Yeah, they're
good.
good.
Right, well, thanks for joining us.
Hello everyone, just a further transition update from myself. I am wanting to let you all know that we have been informed by the authority that we should be planning for a virtual transition at this moment in time. Further Scottish Government guidance is due out next week on the 17th of May, and we're expecting to have a little bit more guidance from the authority as well in terms of transition at that point. However, it does look like it is more than likely that a virtual transition will take place. However, I wish to reassure all parents and carers that we will be planning the best virtual transition we possibly can put on for our young people. We are still planning a 3-day transition programme in June. We will be in touch with our primaries to give them more information over the next couple of weeks. I am going to be holding a wider planning group meeting over the next fortnight, and that will see the Noon Grammar School staff coming together, partners coming together to look at how we can put together something that is really engaging, really exciting, and is also going to support our young people in feeling much more reassured than they perhaps currently are before moving up to the Noon Grammar School. We are continuing to go ahead with our visits for our Vanguard young people, who, remember, are more than just a little bit nervous about coming up to the grammar school, and they have been identified by our primaries, and also young people who will perhaps display their anxiety in a little bit of a different way and need that further support in making the transition up to us. I do want to also say that I am more than happy, and I'll be talking to Mr Mitchell a wee bit more in detail about this, about how perhaps towards the end of the summer holidays we could perhaps have our first years in for further tours of the school, and perhaps a further day of a transition programme as well. So I will be in touch. I'm just wanting to get official confirmation next week as to how we should proceed. But as I've said, it looks like a virtual transition this year, but we will make it the best transition that any young person has ever seen through a virtual platform. So that's it for me just now. Thanks very much, take care and have a great week.
Hi there, my name is Russell Strathdee. I'm going to tell you a wee bit more about the toolkit training that we've been undertaking with staff and pupils. They're going to tell you more information about it following this. So the overview for this is we did Module 1 with the pupils, Module 2 with the staff, and then Module 3 we're going to look at how we bring this together and to create an action plan within Doon Grammar School to tackle mental health discrimination and stigma. And this week is Mental Health Awareness Week, so we've been looking at various things in house time, and you'll hear more about that shortly as well.
Hi, I'm Vanita Ravani and I'm in 6th year.
Hi Vanita, so what have you been doing in the pupils group for the CME
We
training?
learned about recognising stigma and discrimination and how to use language which is not stigmatising, because a lot of people who have mental health disorders face stigma and discrimination in like a lot of places, in school, in work, and like GP places where you wouldn't expect it. We learned how to listen to someone non-judgmentally and like be there for them. What else did you learn into the teacher's hall?
Yeah, we have been actually touching upon something similar. We've been looking at what stigma and discrimination against people with mental health problems looks like among staff as well as pupils and the wider community, and how we can tackle that as a school, including within our classrooms, outside in the hallways, as well as after school and that kind of thing. So we've been looking at the approaches that we're soon going to be discussing on how to implement. So we've been looking at how we can use something called social contact, as well as education. So perhaps talking more about what stigma looks like and how we can tackle it through getting pupils to talk to one another, educate one another. We've also been looking at how to use protest and social influence. So we've discussed how we can use social media, which we're now implementing a lot more in the community through Instagram and the YouTube channel, Facebook. How we can use that as a platform to talk a little bit more about mental health and normalise it. So it's really exciting that we're actually coming together to talk about this, and I'm looking forward to see how we can work together, staff and pupils, to tackle stigma and discrimination.
Yeah,
Exciting.
Hi, I'm Miss McLean.
And I'm Miss Nellis.
And this week is Mental Health Awareness Week with a focus on nature, which Miss Nellis will be talking about in a wee minute. During Thursday's house time, we have been looking at or speaking with our young people about the various mental health conditions and the stigma that surrounds these mental health conditions. We've also been highlighting celebrities to our young people that suffer with these and looking at ways that we can support our young people to seek help and know that it's okay not to be okay.
And today we're having a focus on ways to look after mental health and well-being. So our young people are looking at breathing exercises, listening to calming music, and just taking some time out of the day to reflect and think about how they feel. Some house classes are also going out for walks just to start up a conversation about mental health and know that it's all right to talk about it, and that this can help. And some pupils are also making posters on tips on how to improve mental health and putting this up around the school to support other pupils.
What have we been doing in house this week?
It's Mental Health Awareness Week and we've been learning about that.
Fantastic. So what kind of things have you been doing to learn about mental health?
We've been looking at different celebrities, mental disabilities and stuff like that.
Good. And what are some of the classes going to be doing today to look at mental health?
We're going to go on a walk around the school to get some fresh air and talk about different disabilities.
Excellent. And what's our theme for Mental Health Awareness Week?
Nature.
Good. So we're trying to reconnect with nature and trying to get out a walk and start conversations about mental health.
Thanks so much for tuning in again this week. Firstly, I want to say a massive good luck to all our S4 to S6 pupils as they're sitting their assessments as part of Assessment Window 2. Good luck. I hope all your hard work is paid off. I'll speak to you again next week.